So the other day I went to go see Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, also known as Episode 9, and apparently it's going to be the last movie of the Skywalker saga. So I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. You guys can see my Star Wars posters. But I liked Star Wars my whole life. I grew up on it. So I decided why not make a video and rank the 9 Skywalker movies from which I like the most all the way to which I dislike. Now, like I said, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I don't hate any of the Star Wars movies, but are there many that I prefer? And ones I just honestly dislike. Not that I hate them, but I just didn't really enjoy watching as much as I did with the other ones. So I'm going to rank 9 of them. So, just like others, number 9 is The Phantom Menace, just because it's a different characters, different cast. It's a whole start to the prequels, which I basically enjoyed the prequels, but The Phantom Menace was just bad. If you really focused in on it, like the graphics in the background were just bad. It felt like a video game. I didn't like the droids. I didn't like Qui-Gon Jinn died and so quickly. The storytelling was just a bit off, but I liked how Anakin was young though, and Obi-Wan. Everyone loves Obi-Wan Kenobi. But there was definitely some like cringeworthy scenes in that movie where, like with Jar Jar, like he just were just like this really isn't Star Wars. At number 8, I'm going with The Last Jedi. I didn't really enjoy any of the sequels, but The Last Jedi was it was fun because you got Luke Skywalker at an old age and teaching Rey, but since it was Disney, I didn't really like it, because you'll see at number 7, I will have The Force Awakens. So just because Disney, I feel like it ruined it. So a main reason also why I didn't like the sequels is because they didn't really have Luke in any lightsaber battles. So like with The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, there was no lightsaber battles. I just didn't like that with Luke. I wish I would have got to see it. I wouldn't say that there's no point adding him in because teaching Rey and all, but I just wish there would have been at least one. So like how in The Last Jedi when Kylo Ren comes down off the ship to front Luke Skywalker, I would assume like maybe there'll be a lightsaber battle, not just Kylo Ren chopped through him because he's a ghost or he's using that Jedi trick. But I wish there would have been, like I said, a lightsaber duel with Luke. At number 6 is The Rise of Skywalker. Now I actually enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker, but it hasn't grown on me yet. I just watched it, so I'm not gonna put it too far up compared to my other ones. So just a warning now, there might be some spoilers with The Rise of Skywalker. But anyway, I like action in Star Wars movies, in any movie. And they did that great through the whole movie with Kylo Ren and Rey and just gunfights and everything. So the whole movie was perfect. So number 5 might be confusing to most people, but I love Attack of the Clones just because I grew up on it along with all the other prequels. It had so many good lightsaber duels, and people take them for granted, like Yoda. We finally get to see Yoda with a lightsaber fighting Count Dooku. We get to see Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting Count Dooku. We get to see Count Dooku. We got to see Mace Windu and his purple lightsaber, in that dome where Count Dooku, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme that die from those beasts. We get to see all the Jedi come and save them. Like, that was an awesome scene. We got to see where the clone troopers came from. Like I said, it was just so good. We got to see the story develop. I just don't know why Attack of Clones got so much hate. I think the beginning where Obi-Wan and Anakin were trying to fight that bounty hunter in the city, flying from cars, I found that awesome. I think that was a great scene. So I didn't really understand why they got so much hate. So I'm gonna have it at number 5 because it's enjoyable. It has to be. I don't know why so many people hate it so much. At number 4, I have The New Hope, just because, like I said, I'm a huge lightsaber guy. They only have Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. It was a good lightsaber duel, but Obi-Wan was old, and he sacrificed himself for Luke to run away. But other than that, it wasn't that interesting to me, New Hope. I understand it's a classic. I loved it, but it was just a little slow-paced, a little bit of fake. I understand Star Wars is obviously fake, but when all the clone troopers were chasing Han Solo through the hallway, all shooting at him, they miss him, turns around, and blast all of them. It's just a bit weird. But like I said, New Hope was amazing. It just my third best out of the originals. Number 3 for me is Empire Strikes Back. You get to find out that Luke is the son of Darth Vader, and I like them in the snow. It was a different setting with the walkers. He's stuck in the snow. Han Solo comes out to save him. Getting to see Luke Skywalker find Yoda and learn the ways of the Force. It was a very good scene. Yoda was funny and stuff like that. He teaches him. It was very interesting, especially as a young kid, seeing that. Everybody loves Yoda, and seeing him in that, teaching Luke the ways of the Force, was awesome. I also love the piloting skills of Luke. You'll see in him and other guys try taking down the AT-AT. It was very good. I also have it at number 3 just because it's a classic and everybody loves it. So number 2 is Return of the Jedi, just because I was introduced to it by my dad. It was my first ever Star Wars. That's what I started getting into Star Wars. It was very intense, very funny. I loved it as a kid because of the Wookiees. They were like little teddy bears. But just being able to see Luke learn the ways of the Force again, when he comes into Jabba's palace, does the mind tricks, throws people to a wall, escapes the ship from that huge squid monster. I forget what it was called, but it was just it shows how powerful Luke became. Now, my favorite movie of all time, not just Star Wars, my favorite movie of all time just in general is Revenge of the Sith, my number one. Anakin was my favorite Jedi growing up as a kid. I love General Grievous. Obi-Wan was awesome in the movie. Yoda was awesome in the movie. Mace Windu was awesome in the movie. It was just, everyone hates the prequels, but Revenge of the Sith is just what sums up everything. And it had a dark ending. You don't really, a lot of movies have the bad guys win. That's exactly what happened. It was a very sad movie, very intense movie. Like I said with Return of the Jedi, there was no declines. To me, it was just awesome. It had a great start, a great ending. It was very sad seeing, Anakin turn to the dark side because he was my favorite Jedi throughout all three movies. And Obi-Wan versus Anakin, the greatest fight scene in movie history. It has to be, in my opinion. Two best friends turn on each other, and Obi-Wan obviously wins. And that just shows Obi-Wan was a smarter, wiser man. Great lightsaber duels between Yoda and the Emperor, Mace Windu and the Emperor, Anakin versus Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan versus General Grievous. It was just a fantastic movie, my favorite movie of all time, and I'm going to leave it at that. Seeing all the Jedi die, getting turned on by Order 66, it was sad. It was just seeing Padme, who was another favorite character as a kid, just die by the anger, by the lies that the Emperor told Anakin. Emperor wanted Anakin to turn to the dark side by saying that, he could save the people he loved. But Anakin didn't think that Emperor was the one who killed Padme. Anakin's anger just drained the life out of Padme and just couldn't survive through childbirth. C-3PO and R2-D2 didn't know a single thing. They're innocent. Padme didn't know a single thing. She's innocent. The younglings, seeing that scene was just hard. But even seeing Yoda upset got me upset as a kid. Seeing those two clone troopers try to come over and try to kill him, jumps up, cuts both their heads off. That just shows, you don't mess around with Yoda. And then Yoda and Obi-Wan fight those clone troopers off when they land to the Jedi Temple. It was just a great movie throughout. Like I said, the best fight scene, in my opinion. My favorite fight scene, my favorite movie of all time. And hopefully people realize that it should not be getting them out in hate. It does. So this whole video is off the top of my head, so it wasn't very organized, but I want to just get my list out there. I didn't really explain the movies that well, but I got the list out. Hope you guys, we're close to this list, but if not, it's alright. As long as you don't hate any of the Star Wars movies, it's fine. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. I'm out, guys. Peace.